Hello, no one in particular. Welcome to my second most advertised stream that I've ever done. Probably still not the first most advertised because I didn't post on Reddit this time. I thought about it, but I decided not to. Um, we are going to dive into a long chapter in this story of me being a hobbyist streamer, which I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit worried about. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time. We are going to dive into trying to get all of the achievements in Crusader Kings 3. I've played Crusader Kings 3 a lot already. I've played a couple hundred hours in it. It's a game that I really enjoy, but I've never really tried to take on the 100% achievement yet because it seemed impossible. It seemed too daunting. It seemed like too much of a time commitment, something that I could never get done. And then not too long ago, I came across a YouTube channel called Kusar, and the guy is a Paradox game speedrunner. If you don't know, Crusader Kings 3 is a game developed by a games company called Paradox Studios. They specialize in strategy games, 4X. I guess it's just kind of 4X, but like strategy games that are very big in scale and take a long time to complete. So this guy gets all the achievements in these games in record times. And I watched one of his videos, which was getting all achievements in CK3 in 36 hours or something like that. And after watching that video, I thought to myself, if he can do it in 36 hours, I can do it in 200. And if I can do it in 200, I might as well stream it. So I reckon it'll take maybe a year of me streaming CK3 to get all the achievements in this wonderful game. But I believe that I can do it. And so I'm going to commit to that, and we are going to play mostly, not exclusively, but mostly we're going to be playing Crusader Kings 3 from now on this stream. So here it is. The beautiful game of Crusader Kings 3. I just want to take a quick moment to give you a look at my Steam profile. So currently, I am on a Steam profile which I literally created for this completionist streaming channel. And so far we have 5 games that are perfected, where we got all of the 100% achievements, and an average game completion of 92%. My goal is to keep this number as high as possible. The reason it's so low at the moment is because we had been playing, and it's not even showing up at the moment, but we had been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a game that I love, but it takes a really long time to finish as well. And when I played it, people just weren't watching. So I decided that I would put it on the back burner for now, and I think I'll probably come back to it eventually. I will maybe play it just off stream so that I can get that 100% and then maybe make a YouTube video out of it someday. But for now, it's just sort of sitting there at 50%, pulling my stats down. Nothing I can do about it. You'll also notice that at the moment CK3 is not in this list, and you'll also notice I have a bunch of games here that have 0 achievements. So shouldn't that be pulling my stats down? No. When you have no achievements in a game, it doesn't count yet for your average game completion. So until I get 1 achievement in all of these games, they will not count at all. And that's why they're sitting there at 0. And that's why my current average is 92%. As soon as we get 1 achievement in Crusader Kings 3, Steam is going to see that I'm missing 167 achievements, and this number I expect is going to tank. Because I believe it's not based off how many games you finish, but off the total number of achievements. If I'm wrong, this number will go down to maybe an 80%. If I'm right, this number will go down to probably a 50%. So once we get our first achievement, we're going to hop back in here and have a look again. But basically, this number is going to be low for quite a while. And I'm a little afraid. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little afraid. I think it's going to be... I'm kind of sad to be losing this beautiful 92 number. However, and the reason you can see that it's asking me to continue is because on my other account, I've played this game a lot. However, it is time to dive in now. And what are we going to do to start off this incredible, long and difficult run that I am for some reason embarking on? We are going to start with Dorama Dora to get one of the most difficult achievements from the base game, which is Mother of Us All. Starting as this character, conquer all of Africa, reform your faith, and convert all of Africa to your faith. We will also then try to get another achievement that is based in this region, which is about creating a new culture from the region of Fika and turning that into a culture that has 30 counties that are part of it. And finally, if possible, we're going to try to get the Beta Israel achievement, but I think the Beta Israel achievement has been changed and is now no longer possible starting as Dorama. We will see. Anyhow, without a moment more of wait, let's get into it. So we're going to call this Run 1, because I'm curious to see how many different games it's going to take me to get all the achievements, because I know it's going to take a few. It's going to take at least 10, 12 games, I reckon. So here we are. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to declare war on Fika. And the reason we're going to do that is because we want the chiefdom of Fika for an achievement. Once we have Fika, we're going to make it our main title, and then we're going to diverge our culture. That's the first thing that we want to do so that we can start working on an achievement, which is to have your culture diverged from Fika in 30 different counties. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the learning lifestyle. We're going to go into theology because we want piety as much as possible, and we want to get the prophet perk so that we can reform our faith as early as possible and start spreading it to all of Africa. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look for high prestige characters to try and romance them. The reason why we're going to do this is because when you successfully romance someone, you have the option to just give them a kiss in exchange for a lot of prestige. And prestige is something that we're going to want a lot of because we are tribal, so prestige is how we raise armies, it's how we gain new soldiers, it's how pretty much everything is going to work. So here we can get this guy very easily, so let's do that. He is a righteous zealot, which means I think maybe we want to write him a poem, or I'll just go with my gut in a moment. And we'll see how this goes. So this is just something that's going to happen in the background. I'm going to make sure that I keep it going as much as possible. Because the reason why this is so important is because we need to have a certain amount of prestige to be able to reform our culture. And once we do that, then we can start actually conquering a lot of things. But it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to call my ally in, even though it's going to cost me some prestige, because I want to keep this person weak. Since he is my husband, I cannot conquer him. And if I cannot conquer him, he could become a pain in my ass in the future. So I want to try to keep him weak for now. We're just going to go straight in. Here we get a special event, which asks us if we want our son with our neighbor to become our heir. Do we want to let him stay with his father, or do we want to say, no, actually, only women can lead our country? I'm going to go with this one. It's one that I usually went with when I was just playing for fun. When I was playing, trying to get the achievement, I actually typically went for this one and then tried to get him of a different culture. But here we're going to be making our own culture, so it doesn't make sense to do that. So we are going to go for the women-only tradition. So only our women can be leaders. We are going to marry off our sister because we want to make sure that she is already having children, because if we die, we will start playing as her since she is our heir. And if she doesn't have any children and she dies, then we're in a lot of trouble. We're going to employ a personal physician, and I think that is all I need to do for now. So let's dive into this first war. Typically, you just want whoever is highest aptitude to be your court physician. And here I can see that I have 300 light footmen. I have more troops than they do, but they have a defensive building here, which is slightly problematic. So I'm going to wait for my ally to catch up before I attack Fika. They should basically try to always go wherever I'm going, so if I go into this battle, they should follow me, and we should be able to win it nice and easily. Very good. A nice, quick victory. As I go through all of this, I'm obviously going to try to be giving hints and tips everywhere that I can, because what is the word that I'm looking for? Because part of what I like to do here is try to make guides as I play along and help people who don't really know how to play the game yet figure it out as well. I definitely will not call for a confederation, as that would be bad for me. Now, so what just happened is I took Fika and I made it into my primary title. What that means is I came here and I clicked the little button, I think that was over here, to make it my main name on the map. With this county as my main county, I'm going to want to create a new culture and then spread it to as many places as possible. Before I do that, I also need to make sure that I do not go into a I need to not be a duchy. I need to stay as a county, because if I'm more than a county, then I will lose the Fika as my primary title, and that will be a problem. So I'm going to sort of sit here for now and not really expand too much. I need more prestige, which is this button right here. Thing, whatever. And then I can diverge. Let's quickly read and make sure that it is, yes, diverge your culture and spread it to 30 counties. So we're going to try to diverge our culture. We want to be spiritual. Let's choose a nice color, and we're going to rename it to Fika's fine, actually. Let's keep Fika. We will speak Chadic, we will be Central African, our martial custom will be equal, because apparently we don't have the female-only law, whatever. And we need 1,000 prestige to be able to do this. So we need to gain prestige quick. What's one way to gain prestige quick? As a small starting African nation, you can raid your neighbors. And when you raid your neighbors, you gain prestige equal to the amount of loot that you get. So we're going to be gaining prestige by romancing people and also by looting people. So that's what this army is going to do now. It's going to head off to Gobir and it's going to loot. We're going to speed this up a little bit, because until we have 1,000 prestige, we have pretty much nothing to do. I'm going to keep an eye on the strength of my army and the strength of the people that I'm raiding. Oh, that's very nice. This gains me 75 prestige right away. Perfect. And then we're just going to move on to this next location and continue to gather as much prestige as possible. We're going to have a little battle here. If we win this, I don't think anything necessarily will happen, but if we lose it, then we lose all of the money that we stole. But it seems we're going to win this, so that's perfect. Very nice. Then we're going to head down to Kebi, because our army is still bigger than theirs. In general, big army equals easy win, and that's all you really need to care about. We're going to ransom the prisoners that we captured, because that will give us money, and money will be useful, especially later on. Here we are in a romance. I go ahead with my attempt. I spend prestige, or it was probably just a bird. I am coming. Then one sweet kiss is the only reward I crave. We gain 150 prestige from this. So that's very, very nice. And now we can move on to our next target. So we can see the chance of success here. This one is telling me that it will be easy, so we're likely to succeed. So we're going to go for it. And because we are tribal, again, everything that matters, so everything military, etc., is going to depend on prestige first and foremost. So we want to build up as much prestige as possible in this game, as long as we are tribal. Since we are only going for achievements here, we actually kind of want to focus on staying tribal. Normally in a long-term game, you want to focus on trying to turn your tribal society into a feudal society, because feudal is just more powerful. But here, since we're just trying to get the achievements and get out and move on to something else, we're not going to bother trying to prepare for feudalism. We're going to lose this battle here, which is a bit of a shame. But so be it. We just weren't good enough in the fight. And we were already able to pull back a good amount of that cash and prestige, so we're already at 727 here. Then we will see about who else we can raid. We have had a son, which also gains us prestige, which is very nice. Wandala is clearly stronger than me. The chieftain of Kaga, however, is weaker, and I can see that Wandala is in the middle of a battle, which they won with a good amount of their troops surviving. We might go to Otoko to try and raid them here and bring us over the 1000 prestige that we need, so that we can get into our conquest as quickly as possible. I'm also going to start a pilgrimage. You want to do as many pilgrimages as possible, because this will get you piety, which you need to reform your faith. Which is, in all honesty, the first thing that you should be aiming to do when doing this achievement. So we're going to see what happens here. My army took some losses. Okay, we will go ahead with our attempt. One sweet kiss is the only reward I crave. My army here took a bunch of losses because it traveled through a long amount of territory that did not belong to us or to our allies. However, I think we're still going to be able to make it out of here on top. Wonderful. We finish our raid, and then we should have enough prestige. Once this army comes home, delivers the 18 raid loot, we will be above 1000 prestige, and we can diverge our culture. Love it when a plan comes together. So, we can now diverge our culture. We wish to be spiritual. All of this doesn't really matter. The traditions, we can't really do much because a lot of this is very expensive. And if we tried to do it now, then it will delay us quite a bit, and it's best not to do so. We want to get this culture diversion done as quickly as possible, so that one, we can already start the converting of other places to our culture, and two, so that we can start with our conquest without needing to worry about staying as only a county, because we need to be a county when we diverge our culture here. However, we are going to very soon make a beeline for, if I can find it, By the Sword. By the Sword is an excellent cultural tradition which will allow us to wage unlimited holy wars on our opponents, which will be a really good way to just sort of explode the amount of land that we can take once we diverge our culture and start to focus on conquest. So let's diverge our culture to a new age, a new era, a new people. So we are now the cultural head of Fika. We are also going to rush the onager technology so that we can recruit onagers in our army, which will allow us then to what is the word I'm looking for? Besiege our opponents quicker. We will especially need it once we're up in he is a compassionate paragon, warlike. What is a paragon? Very honorable. Okay, we'll hear. We'll especially need it once we're attacking Egypt up here, because Egypt is a very powerful nation, which means that they're going to have more defenses than other places. When we're attacking tribal brothers, it's not as big of an issue because most of the time they are only a small village and we don't really need large onagers to be able to take them over. But when we're up against the feudal Egyptians, yes, we will need that. So let's now focus on growing. We are going to try to conquer this county. One thing to note, it does cost piety, which is definitely a shame, but is no big deal in the end. I am also going to finally put that gold to good use and head off on a pilgrimage, pious to Garumel. It's a small trip, it's not a very dangerous one. I will still hire a caravan master because it helps. And off she goes. Then we are going to raise all of our armies and we're going to try to attack here as quickly as possible. We could call on, again, our ally, but the issue is that will put us into negative prestige, which isn't a huge issue, but I'd rather avoid if I can. And we have unlocked our first achievement. So let's take a quick pause and have a look at my Steam account once more. Has anything updated? No! Nothing has updated. The achievement has not popped yet, which is making me very worried. Okay, hang on. Achievements available, yes. Otherwise it wouldn't even show up here. Over here, achievements. Anything in progress? My achievements? Nothing. Alright. Maybe it just takes a little longer. Haha! Changing course. Create a divergent culture. That is our first achievement in this game. It has finally popped on Steam. Let's have a look at my profile. Ah! The damage is not necessarily as bad as I thought it might be. We are now down to an 81% average game completion, which means it is by game and not by total of achievements, which is very nice. I feel a little bit reassured. So we are now down to 81%. We are going to do our very best to get all the achievements and push this back up to 93 or 94%, whatever it will become. Anyhow, back to the battles at hand. So I am heading off on a pilgrimage. I am also currently doing a romance to get more prestige. This says I will win the battle, so I'm not going to bother calling in my allies. Oh god. She will die. Oh, you know what? I never even looked at my council, but she's terrible, so I don't really care if she dies. It said she dies. She's not looking very dead. We're going to move around my council. I totally forgot to do this earlier. The Marshal's not too bad. He can stay where he is, and the Spymaster can stay where she is. And I don't really have anyone else there. I want to promote my culture everywhere I possibly can. Apparently, Fika is not of the Fika culture, which is stupid. Thank you. Lovely game. So they're trying to run away from me because they know that they're going to lose the battle, but I'm just going to chase them down. We want everything that will gain us piety, no matter what. So here, both of these will gain us 50 piety, and my pilgrimage will become more pious if I just do this one. We're going to be late, that's fine. We're not in a hurry. We have arrived at the pilgrimage location. We're going to slow things down a little bit so I can focus on this war. Time to pray, 25 piety, or learning lifestyle experience. We're going to go for the piety. Not endorsed by this person is a little bit annoying. I could send a gift quickly and that'll fix that. Alright. Everything is going relatively smoothly so far. But of course nothing has really happened, so I will gain 100. We're going to do this one. We captured some combatants, but no one who is worth ransoming. So let's have a look at our religion and at the reform that we are going to want to make. We're going to go again for a nice little purple. So the most important one is going to be mendicant preachers. This tenant will basically increase the speed at which you can convert other people to your religion. We're also going to want warmonger so that we can wage as much war as we want, which is very important since we need to conquer all of Africa. We're going to need to do a lot of wars. And I have been told that adoricism is a good one as well. I don't love the traits possessed, but I suppose kind of it's fine. There's nothing else in here that I necessarily really want because we're not going to go for communion. Sometimes I recommend going for communion, especially in more feudal societies where money is very important. Because if you go communion and make yourself the head of faith, then people who believe in your religion will ask for forgiveness by paying you money. And so it's a really easy way to make a lot of money, which is very nice. However, we're not going to bother doing that here. Exaltation of pain, sanctioned false conversions. Could be nice to stop people from switching back, but I guess it's not that big a deal if they do. Nice to stop people. Oops. Sorry for the echo there. Alright, we're back. Sacred murder is an interesting one. Likelihood of death or injury in battle. No piety lost for killing characters of a different faith through murder. Allows to become an adventure decision. Makes vengeful a virtue. Fun. Hedonistic. Incompatible with mendicant preachers. Too bad. I have heard people say that Islamic syncretism is a good idea to make it easier to convert the Islamic religions. I might not be fucked, if I'm honest. There's plenty of interesting things here that you could use in different ways that can help or not help. Taxing non-believers is not a good idea. Members of clergy can serve as commanders. Sanctity of nature. I guess we could do sanctity of nature in the hopes that that means that we become naked, and then when we're an emperor, we would get another one of the achievements. That's not a bad idea, actually. I might go Islamic syncretism, so that we have a better opinion with Islamic faiths, and a better chance of converting converting Islam counties to our religion. We want to be fundamentalist for the county conversion speeds. We want to be female dominated. These can stay as they are. I prefer monogamy to not have too many children. And we want to avoid changing things as much as possible, because it means the more we change, the more expensive it's going to be in terms of piety. But we are going to choose kinslaying accepted, because that way, get ready, because this is fucked up. That way, when we have too many kids, we can just kill off the ones that we don't want becoming our heir, so that we can always choose the best heir, even though we don't have a law that allows us to pick our heir. So yes, we're going to kill our kids. It's great. welcome to this game. Temporal revocable is very important, so I want to keep that. This doesn't really matter. All of these don't really matter. So we're going to need 4,000 piety, but actually we are rushing to get a trait which halves this number. So as soon as possible, once we have 2,000 piety, then we will be able to reform our faith. However, in order to do that, we need to contain at least 3 Bori holy sites. What is a Bori holy site? It is this spot, these spots right here. So there's one all the way over here, there's one way down over here, and then there's 3 here quite close to each other. So once we capture all 3 of these, and we get 2,000 piety, we can diverge our faith, and begin the long and difficult journey of converting all of Africa to the new religious way. We're getting plenty of piety here. It's actually going quite well, so I'm rather happy with that. We are being raided, which sucks. Wait, pause. If I station my besiegers, that will not be a large enough army to then fight them. So we're just going to let them take whatever they want to take, unfortunately. We can gain some prestige here, which is very nice. We've gained better taxes, which is very nice. And we are home. Surely they must pale in comparison to my fair visage. Again, we want as much prestige as possible. That's why we're going to continue with these romance schemes. And we want to grow as much as possible. We're being raided again down here, which is unfortunate, but so be it. Here we have a 67% chance of success. It worked very good. We have won the war. We can send this army home. No, we cannot. You're offering me a concubine. I don't want it. I'm being raided. I can't do anything about it. And I can station my men-at-arms, which I should have done at the very beginning. I can create the Duchy of Kaga. Very important. So I need just a little bit more money. In fact, I only need 2 more monies, and then we'll be able to form this duchy. Once we form a duchy, that means that we can have vassals of our own, which means we can start to really snowball the size of our land. So we are going to hold on here for a second. We might switch to raiding and try to raid Kanem. Although Kanem is right here, so that might be the best idea. No money to be had here. Wandala is too powerful. Garua has no money. So we're just looking for somewhere to raid here. This is one that could work, but again, they're a little bit strong for us. We've been weakened by our wars. And air has already been raided as well. Okay. We're just going to wait until we can stand this army down then. I go ahead with my attempt to romance him. And 1 sweet kiss is the only reward I need. I'm absolutely not going to call for a confederation. Thank you very much. Can we romance him? No. Can we romance him? Yes. The higher the rank of the person that you romance, the higher the prestige that you will get. We can lose 50 gold. No, we cannot lose 50 gold. That is a problem. I need to save up my gold so I can form my duchy. We're going to disband this army. Very good. We have a new learning perk. So this is what we're going for down here. Profit. It'll take a little time to get down here, but that is totally fine because it's going to take a little time to capture all of the religious sites anyway. So we cannot continue our military expansion until we become a duchy, which is right now. Excellent. We are now a mighty Magajia. I also want to station my troops, since that will give them all kinds of bonuses. My Sahel horsemen may be my priority. Yes, indeed. And then we're going to station them in Fika. We can build these buildings, which also will give all kinds of bonuses to our troops. A nice one to have in general for me, I think, is markets, because it gives you extra tax and supply limit. But that's only if you're planning on turning feudal. Here, because we're going to stay tribal, we really want to focus in on our soldiers and on our control. So gathering halls or war camps would be nice. I now need to have at least one concubine because I am a more powerful person. We'll take this guy because why the fuck not? And we can declare wars. This is a very handy little thing because it also shows us exactly who is stronger than us and who is not as strong as us. So for example, we can go and try and take Garua. So let's go ahead and do that. Obviously that costs a little bit of piety, but that is totally fine. And let's get in here. Oh, another achievement. Moving up in the world. Increase your rank. This is going fantastically. We've already got 2 achievements, and I'm not even trying yet. Obviously, these are the easy achievements. They just sort of pop on their own. You don't make an effort. It just happens. There are plenty of things in this game that just kind of happen, and you don't need to make it happen. But eventually, it will be more difficult to get achievements, and that's when the difficulty of this 100% run really kicks in. Anyway, we're going to capture Garua, and then we will see what we will do next. So whatever. We will also attack Gobir very soon, since he just lost a bunch of his soldiers, probably in a raid. We really want to snowball as much as possible here. My pet is in danger. Pet. One sweet kiss is all I need. Do I have a chance of romancing you? It is now moderate. How about someone more powerful like you? That's still a no. You are a duke. Also no. You're a duke. Yes, excellent. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter. Maybe it does matter. Who knows? So we have won this war down here. We can enforce demands, disband our army, and we now have 5 counties in our domain, our personal domain. But we are only allowed to hold 4 domains at once, which means that we are now having a penalty because we have too many domains. How do we resolve that? Well, it's quite simple. We give one of the counties to a vassal. If we are also a county level ruler, we can't give away a county because they will become independent. However, since we are now a duke, I keep hitting escape because of other games that I've been playing. Because we are now a duke, I can grant this to someone, and they will then become my vassal, stay part of my kingdom, in this case my dukedom, but the county itself will be managed by that person and no longer my problem. So let's, for example, take my marshal, since he is of my culture, so he is more likely to try to convert this place to the right culture that I want him to. I'm going to give him the chiefdom of Garua as a reward for all the hard work that he has done in wars for us already. I can apparently vassalize this child. So I had just seen, oh, I can declare a war on Gobir, probably because his army got weaker. Actually, it looks like, since it's now just a 3-year-old, it's more likely that their parent died relatively young, and so now they're a child, which means that they are very weak. I can vassalize them because they are happy to become my vassal, because that means I will protect them and they can remain their own county. And it's easy for me because it's more land without me making an effort. So we are absolutely going to offer them vassalage. We're going to wait and see how that offer goes. They accepted. Brilliant. And we are now a little bit bigger than we were before. Now, as I said earlier, one of the things that I want to make sure that I'm doing, my family member was available for the county. Yes, my sister was indeed. However, I prefer not to give it to her because she is my steward, and sometimes it's not the best thing to set them up as a county level person. Also, keeping in mind that as I grow and become a king and eventually an emperor, I'm going to need more important positions, which will be, instead of county level people, I'm going to want duke level people, king level people. So maybe I just want to save the kingdoms for my half-sister. We'll see. I'm also very whimsical. Sometimes I feel like doing things, sometimes I don't. Not gonna lie, so we'll just have to wait and see what I decide to do later on. So, as I said, Kano being my husband, I'm not able to conquer them, so I want to make sure that they don't get too powerful. One way to do that, of course, is to basically surround them. Because if they're allied to me and I'm all around them, then they can't do whatever the fuck they want to do. Also, if I can create the Kingdom of Hausaland before he creates the Kingdom of Hausaland, then he will be more likely to accept joining my kingdom and just become one of my vassals, which would be perfect. So we are going to go ahead and maybe try to take Yaori, since it is part of the Kingdom of Hausaland. And he is quite weak, which means that we can come in here and beat him up nice and easily. And then King Fate, maybe I'll give this one away to my sister, since you're taking her side. I do notice that my ally is getting quite strong here with 2,000 soldiers under his wing. Not something I need to worry about, since obviously he's my ally, he's not going to be able to attack me. But if he becomes a kingdom, it becomes a little bit more annoying to try to make him join my kingdom. One of our major goals for this life is to form the Empire of Kanem-Bornu, so we have quite a bit of conquering to do. We're going to need at least, I believe, 75%, yes, of all of this. So there's a lot of work to do, but I think we're going to be able to do it quite well. Kanem here looks quite impressive because it's rather large. However, it is in fact only just a few counties and a lot of desert land that doesn't really bring any advantage. My son and heir is pensive, so we're going to train him in learning. Wait, learning or... yeah, learning. I will educate him myself. Obviously, he's a boy, so he's kind of icky. We'd much rather a girl. But for now, a boy will do. He's my only heir. Well, not my only heir. He's my heir, so we will keep him for now. We have won the romance and the siege and the war. So once again, we enforce our demands, and we can grant this one to my half-sister, why not? Again, we can declare lots of wars. We can create a new duchy, but that's not really of any interest to me at the moment. I kind of want to take Tahua, but they are more powerful than I am. Kebi, however, is not. What kind of wars can I declare here? As you become more powerful, you can start to declare wars for larger amounts of territory. Here I am still not important enough, so I can still only do for a county at a time. So we are going to take Sokoto to properly surround Kano. You think that the Empire of Guinea is easier since it's more fractured and holds 2 holy sites. That is a very interesting comment to make. However, I'm afraid I'm going to have to disagree with you, because the Empire of Guinea only has 1 holy site, which is this one down here. If it'll show me, yes, it is this one down here in Igbo, whereas the Empire of Kanem-Bornu actually holds 4 holy sites. So yes, indeed, it is more fractured, so it does make a difference in how quickly you can take over all of this land. I'm not talking on my ass, right? Yeah, okay. All of these holy sites are in Kanem-Bornu, which means that it's better to go for these ones, since you're already going to have to take over quite a bit of this empire in the first place. The other thing that I will say is an advantage for going for the Kanem-Bornu Empire instead of Guinea is because you kind of want to push east and then up north as quickly as possible. If you spend too much time fucking around down here, the Egyptians, the Abbasids, are going to become far too powerful for you to take on, and it will become a lot more of a slugfest to capture. And also, if their development goes up, it becomes harder to convert their religion. And since we also need to not just conquer them, but also take over and like change all of their religions, it's better to go east and up as quickly as possible. So that's why we're going to go for Kanem-Bornu. But I do understand that indeed going for Guinea is probably quite a bit easier because they are indeed very, very, very fractured. All of this here is super easy for the taking at the beginning. There is a really interesting new mechanic since the introduction of the Khans of the Steppe DLC, which is these confederations. So a confederation is a collection of small nations, and when these guys get attacked, they all fight back together every single time, making them way more powerful than they fucking should be. So like if you had, let's say Nzi, set up a confederation with Kong, Worongdu Crew, Bubu, and Ndie and Bondu, they're almost as powerful as like Ghana, and it's really fucking annoying to deal with. In my last run, over here, they set up a confederation, and they were a roadblock in my push towards the east. That was so difficult to get rid of. Eventually, I gave up on that save, even though we did defeat them and started to battle the Copts over here. I abandoned that run because I'm starting over on this account instead. So it just doesn't make sense to continue that one. So I'm currently in a war with Sokoto, and I had totally forgotten about that, so let's quickly go and fight. How do I forget that I'm in a war? Just by talking too much shit. I don't really want an alliance with my sister yet. It's kind of pointless to me. We're gonna then push up to Kebi since they're no longer besieging our lands. If we could catch them for one quick battle, then we would be able to sort of win this war quicker by just taking one piece of land, but here they're going to run away a lot, so it's going to be a little bit more of a pain. Yeah, the amount of knights in a confederation is crazy is very true. Since you have a certain amount of knights per county level person, if you have like 3 county level number of knights, that's more than 1 king number of knights. It's an absolute fucking nightmare. I hate confederations so much. They're great. They add a really interesting dynamic difficulty to this sort of area where typically you're just trying to snowball as quickly as possible. But it's so annoying to have to deal with them sometimes. Sometimes, most of the time. We can vassalize someone, so we're again going to do that. Kaga is going to join us. That's these people over here. No, wait. It was these people over here. What am I talking about? I'm Kaga. Once we win this battle, we should win the war. And then we will have my husband nice and surrounded, and Hausaland, the kingdom, will be ours to create. And force demands to disband all. We again will need to grant this away. I might give it to... He did say, he being Darkusar Kusar, who is the Paradox Games speedrunner that I mentioned at the beginning, who is basically the reason why I feel like maybe I'm going to be able to do this, did mention that zealous people are more likely to try to convert the people in their land. So having zealous vassals is a good idea. So we're going to go ahead and create this new vassal. He would like to be on the council. He absolutely can be on the council. And we're going to put you... in here. Swap. Are you any good at something else? No. So you're gonna lose your position for this guy. Sorry, sister. She's also a powerful vassal, but she already likes us, so I'm not quite as worried about placating her as much. And I'm going to put him on train commanders, because that way I'm going to gain new new knights randomly, and also there's other nice things that can happen when they have a good high martial. Skill. Jesus, words are hard sometimes. That is very true that when I reform, the zealots might become a problem. I had not thought about that. So maybe I should wait before I start creating a bunch of zealot vassals. Here, because they're Bori, and I'm still also going to be Bori, I'm kind of hoping it won't be too much of a problem, but you do make a very good point that I should be careful about that. So I will be careful with that. Now, what other wars can we declare, dear game? I could go for air. I could go for this. I'm not going to go for that. That's too far down. Again, I kind of want to focus on the borders of the Empire of Kanem-Bornu, so we're going to go for Tahua. And then hopefully we can form Hausaland soon. Obviously we're going to need more gold. I'm going to need to go on a little bit of a raiding adventure. Sure, whatever. That reminds me that I am not currently trying to romance anybody, which I should be doing. No, I've already done it on you. Lol. No, you're a little hard. You're a little hard. You're not. Cool. Whatever. So, I have 2 duchies that I can create. One interesting thing that I was also informed of is that if you're lucky, you can see someone like Kanem form a kingdom and then quickly subjugate them, and then you will automatically become a king without needing to spend the tons of money to do it. But I think Kanem here, it's going to be impossible for them. Maybe not. If they create the Duchy of Bornu. So if he creates the Duchy of Bornu, he could create the Kingdom of Kanem, which would give me a nice shortcut to kingdom. We shall see. That's just going to take a couple more days. Let's let them gather and go and win this war for me. Ooh, an enemy ally. I wasn't paying attention. So I suppose I should call in my ally as well. Just to be safe. I probably would have won this anyway. I would have won this anyway. That was a mistake. Whatever. $150 prestige spent for nothing. Whatever. We'll survive. It's okay. I can make my army bigger. I currently have light footmen, saddle horsemen. I think I probably want bowmen next. Let's make sure to station them in Katsina. Will do. Now my ally has come and he's starting to leech off the supplies, which is annoying, but whatever. 15 gold, no. Not spending money on this. Ooh! A necklace. A rare orchid. +1 learning is not too bad for us. Or a pet. I kind of want the pet cat. So the rare orchid is very nice. It gives us extra prestige and extra learning, but the cat gives us intrigue and learning. The dog gives us diplomacy. We're already very good at diplomacy, so this is kind of a 50-50 of good or, well, a 1/3 chance of not really that necessary or quite nice, or a 50-50 of something that I would be happy with. Sure. Let's ask for the orchid. Lies! Oh, I spent 150 and I'm wounded now. That's a shame. Okay. I gained 150 prestige. That's very nice. Flattery. Wonderful. And we continue to push down towards profit. How heroic. Jealousy does not become you. I've had enough of you both. Who are these people? My vassal and my steward. Whatever. Enough. It's taking too long. And then here, let's romance this guy for the prestige. Finish it off. Disband the army. And give Tahua away. We're gonna reset our filters. We'll give it to... Sure, you're Bori and Fika. That's what I need. Again, I keep hitting escape for no fucking reason. One sweet kiss is all I need. Perfect. Who will be my next target? Nope. Nope. I never knew about this method of accumulating prestige. It's quite funny if I'm honest. You'll do. She expects a position. I don't care about this. I don't have the money for this. Should I go raiding? Pet plus stress loss. That is true. It's also a stress loss. Bonus. So I need a lot of things. I kind of want more gold. I always try to go for air because of the mines that you have over here, but maybe I'll just push further this way. $1 is not a bad one to go for. Obviously, Kanem is still a little strong with 2,000 soldiers. They do hold a Bori site. But anyway, let's take $1 quickly again for the Bori site, which I think is... yeah, here. Good. Let's go for $1. Let's set up a new rally spot. Oh, I'm in ×5. Yes, I need gold. Ain't that the truth? Cool. Someone to join my court. Hopefully they're not useless. Don't care about either of those. Okay. I don't really want to do a duel, but I definitely don't want to do these things that will increase my stress. Okay, 57%. Hey, we won. Ooh. Ah, I thought it was the trait August, but apparently it's just the modifier August. He gets a cat. Dude, I want a cat. We're gonna finish our siege at the same fucking time. Oh, I'm pregnant. Wonderful. I am always eager to learn something new, or the piety. Herbalist is pretty good, though. More learning is also very nice. So they succeeded in their siege here of Garua, which is a shame, but not a problem. And now they're trying to get to Fika. We need to catch them. They're just going to circle back to Wandala. Oh. Yeah, attempt a romance. Let's go and assist my vassal. One sweet kiss is all I need. More prestige! But indeed, we do need gold at this point. Okay, we want that fight. Let's go and liberate Garua. Oh, my husband has consumption. That's not great. And we're being raided again. Annoying. Once we finish this war... Okay. Once we finish this war, we're going to try to do a little bit of raiding to gain more money. Again, a son. Fuck. We need daughters. Not boys, girls. There we go. Now, switch to raiding. He is weak and poor. He is weak and not poor. He is weak and, well, not poor, but raided. Should try to save this stuff, I guess, but I'll never make it in time, so fuck it. Let's go raid. I'm above my domain limit again. Of course, let's hand Duolo over to someone who is both Bori and Fika. She's a genius, too. Deceitful and lustful and ambitious. I am not making this person my my vassal. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Paranoid, lazy, and shy. Not you either. Impatient, stubborn, and trusting. You'll do. Spy master. Is this my best commander? Yes, I think it is. Indeed. Why do I... Weird visual glitch here. Not a big deal, though. I should tell it to stop telling me to call for Confederation. I don't care. I have no intention of doing that. Obviously, I'm going to be taking a little bit of attrition here. Oh, I could make him my leader for the Raider trait. She is old. It would have been fine. You are correct, but... Oh. That place being besieged. It won't work. So, let's pull away. Looks like Ife could form Igboland, which would be a nice and easy way to become... yes! I forgot about that. We should totally be ransoming people off. My heir is first in line to inherit Rano. My heir? Interesting. Don't mind if I do. We come over here, pick up that cash. Lorraine loses opinion of me. She's just... No, she's my Magaja, but she does like me quite a bit, so fuck it. Give it to me instead. 1,000 soldiers, 800 soldiers. We should go attack Lower Burma. I don't want your concubine. Oyo, looks like they want to try to fight me for this. Excuse me, we're gonna run away. And they're not gonna follow. Fantastic. Yes, the genius, she is old, so it's true. She might have not been a bad vassal in the end, but... it's whatevs. I think I still have a truce with Kebi. Yes, I do, for another 19 months. Kano has grown, which is interesting. Um, I think I will push my wars further east now a little bit more. Again, I'm not checking if they have an ally. I probably should be checking that a little bit more, but whatever. We are now very close to getting profit. We should also be trying to do more pilgrimages and holding mystical communions and seeking the aid of spirits. Spend money. We'll do this and a pilgrimage. Pious pilgrimage to Wandala, which is inside my own territory. Oh, great. I'm sick. I'll do no more than what is necessary. It went well. Brilliant. More pious. Yes, let's do that. All right. I should contemplate old empires. I should contemplate ancient faiths. We'll do this. I make no progress. Shame. Alright, we're gonna try to intimidate him. Looks like it worked. It didn't actually tell us if it worked or not. Yep. Good for you, buddy. I'm no longer sick. That's very nice. How is my war going? It is going. I would become the owner of something that will give me 0.2 piety. Let's do this. Most events, because I have played this game a lot, I just have a go-to button that I will mostly always click on. So sometimes I might be missing the best possible choice, but I kind of feel like it's whatever. Wandala, it has been an honor. That gained us a little bit of piety. I could have done it a little bit more, but so be it. I am pregnant again, which is also nice. That will gain us some prestige when the child is born, and hopefully it'll be a daughter. Now then, these troops can disband. And this one we can now give away to our genius. Why not? So, we're making a little bit of progress here. Nicely. It is good to be home. Disband. Obviously, still many wars that I can declare. I can usurp the High Chieftain of Kebi. I need more gold for that. I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about this. I really do think that I want to get Hausaland. Because if I can get Hausaland, the kingdom, then I will be able to like vassalize Kano, most likely. So that's his title. That's his title. So I need both Gobir and Kebi. If I just take Kebi, maybe I will also take the title. I'm not 100% sure. And then when that happens, I would have at least the 2 duchy titles that I need, and I'll only need the 250 gold to create the Kingdom of Hausaland. Again, that would hopefully gain me all of this land as a vassal. And then we could take on Kanem. So I want to definitely be paying attention to this. We still have 9 months in this truce, so we will wait. Should I go on a hard raiding trip? So I'm not. Was there a thing where you could see Maybe not. Economy in buildings. No. So I need to have a raiding army to be able to see. Ah, no. There we go. I knew it was a thing. So I can come over here to raid for 15 gold. Well, 18, 20 gold. And then we can push into Kumak for another 19. That's not bad. Let's do that. When you're raiding someone, they cannot call in their allies, which is a very nice little trick that you can play if you have an enemy nearby who you want to conquer in a war, but their army is more powerful than you are. You can just raid them, destroy their armies, and make them that much weaker. Here, I'm not really seeing it as necessary. I'm bothering at the moment. But maybe eventually that will be a tactic that we employ. An alliance with my sister. I don't really need that. Obviously, unless I make her bigger in the future, but I don't really plan to. Fucking Kanem! That's annoying. They made it in here a half a second quicker than I did. Alright, we'll go for the smaller ones then. It should be quick. Is my army using my raider? No, let's switch it to him, since he is a raider. Who the fuck is this? His army got bigger. No, wait, my army is smaller. Apparently I'm gonna win this battle, though. Well, let's finish the raid then, I guess. A daughter! She is now my player heir. Brilliant. So I will 100% be educating her myself. And that now means that I only have one heir, which is a huge advantage. I don't need to worry about succession at all. Excellent. I think I can try to gain more men-at-arms. Gluttonous, I don't care about you. You're a pointless boy now, so we're going to take that 19 gold and we're going to get the fuck out of it. Okay, we're going to win this battle, it seems, and we can ransom this child. Very nice. I told a bunch of people that I work with that I'm streaming today, and if they're capturing some of these sound bites, I'm going to look like a terrible person at work. We can ransom this child now. Great. That is a direct quote. We've almost finished converting the culture in Fika, which is very nice. Converting faith at the moment is kind of pointless to me because we have not reformed our faith yet. Obviously, if they're Bori, when we reform Bori, there's a higher chance of them switching over to be the same as us. Ah, Diamara is allied to Kano. Which means this war, which I'm apparently not allowed to declare, would cost me also an extra 150 prestige, because I would need him to join my side. He's currently losing a war? No. He's trying to subjugate the High Chiefdom of Igboland. I'm a little bit worried by his rather explosive expansion here. If I create Gobir now, then I'm only 250 gold away from being able to create the Kingdom of Hausaland. I definitely want to do that before he potentially creates the Kingdom of Igbo-Benue, for which he only needs 5 counties. He already has 3, and this is gonna get him another 2. Ugh, a little bit worrying. My local raiders don't have a lot of targets around here. They will have Takeda. And they will have Kebi, but I don't think I'm allowed to raid here because I currently have a truce with them. We can go to Upper Gurma. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit Takeda. And then we will go to Upper Gurma. We need that gold right now. That's what we need more than anything else. This piety is all well and dandy, but if I can't form this kingdom and vassalize Kano quickly, then I'm going to be in trouble. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Once people find out that this is just an incest simulator and I start going for the perfect circle achievement, I'm going to be in real trouble at work. Real trouble. We are now a prophet! Which puts me in a very interesting position. Which is I'm going to be able to reform the faith very soon. If I just take one more holy site. The obvious choice is to go for Garamel. This prick is just a little bit too strong for me. This truce has ended, so I can now take Kebi. So let's do that. Let's just take Kebi. I know that it costs piety to do so, but it's fine. It'll be over very quick. It's okay, we're just here to kill you and take your lands. And ransom your wives back to you. Oh, we gain 100 piety. Or we can have an 86% chance of gaining learning lifestyle. Wrong button. I do also want to push towards Know Thyself, so that I know when I'm going to die, and then I can cut off the heads of the unnecessary heirs. At the moment, I only have one heir, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk not being able to do that. Why did it raise 2 armies? There was no reason to do that. And our supply limit here is totally fine, so I don't need to worry about it at all. Excellent. Kebi is now ours. We can grant it to someone who is both Fika and Bori. He is a terrible character. I'll just give it to one of my sons. You can have it. I don't need you, so you can have land and go away. And I can start vassalizing more neighbors. That's very nice. And a huge ransom comes in. Now we're looking pretty fucking good. I was a little worried there for a second, but now I think we have a good chance. So Kaga and Kano are sort of battling it out here for influence. He's still pushing to take Igbo Benue. And I really want Hausaland. How much money do you have, husband? Less than me. Which means it is time to raise our raiders again and go and take as much money as we can. We just need another 40 gold, and then we will be able to form that kingdom. And hopefully, because he is now relatively powerful, he might not take it, but hopefully turn my husband into my vassal. Alright, let's get going. I'm surprised to see that Upper Gurma hasn't been raided. Well, that'll do it. Were we still moving forward there? That's a shame. You are a fearless paragon, so we're going to compliment your courage. Okay, let's go and try to raid Bandiagara instead then. Obviously not great for us because we are going to lose troops to attrition. We are going to be able to find 15 gold here. Find. Steal. Trusting is fine. Prisoners taken. We now have enough gold. Alright, let's see. Moment of truth. I'm going to create Houseland. And now, can I vassalize you? No. Fuck. Base reluctance. Cultural acceptance. We are allies. I am his rightful liege. He is more powerful than we are. People's opinions of me are good. Damn, we're not even close to being able to vassalize him. That's a shame. Okay, so be it. How strong is Ghana? Ghana's not actually that much stronger than me at the moment, which is nice. Yes, okay. Royal Court. Hello. Colorful talent. This is a boy? I don't care about him. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just true. Court Grandeur, we want to do this because apparently there's debuffs down here? No. There's no debuffs. The army loot capacity plus 20 is kind of nice. And it doesn't really cost anything, so we will do it. Then we can go and take stuff from Kurmina. I won't try to bother Ghana yet. Oh. My daughter is charming. Well, we're going to send her down a diplomacy focus then. Won a battle. Good. We finish our raid. And then we go. And he wants to give me more money. Jesus, this guy's rolling in cash to be saving all these people. Goddamn. Honestly, it's whatever. I don't want to create an accolade account. Fucked. It's probably a good idea, but honestly, I just can't be fucked. Ooh, learning 24. I'm very impressed by you. Now, consequence. This guy is... Oh, wow, everything is raidable again. That is an army of only 600, but they have no troops. They also have no troops. So we're going to see if we can raid these two back as well. Which would be very nice. A little bit of extra cash in the pocket is always very nice. But no, it looks like that might be a no. So we'll go and raid these guys instead. I'm not going to go back for it. I know that I might be able to pull them off and then make them my enemy by raiding them and then attack them, etc. But I don't really think it's worth the effort for just another 15 gold when gold is now not going to be something I'm massively prioritizing. My son learned the Gur language. Okay, finally home. Disband. Kanem is currently weaker than me and does not have any allies, so I want to take the Duchy of Bornu from you. And I will indeed... What are you learning? You're learning intrigue. This person. I will indeed call my ally, my little husband. Just so that we have a better chance of succeeding. We have a new learning perk. We're going to push now towards Know Thyself. And I'm also going to see if I can't seduce someone else for the prestige game. Because still, prestige is always going to be important to us. Yep, whatever. I really apologize for how often I'm clicking escape and opening the menu for no fucking reason. I myself don't really know why I do it. I don't think it's really a thing in any of the games that I'm playing at the moment. She wants to go on an adventure. No, thank you. So they are besieging Kotoko. We are going to go fight them, and hopefully my allies will follow. Yes, they will. Perfect. I'm no longer pregnant. That is sad, but not a problem for me. Court tutor for better children education. Good idea. You're good at this, man. Hey, can you do me a favor and follow so that you can join next time and give me more good ideas? You're gonna die soon. Well, fuck it. I'll change it afterwards if she dies. I very much appreciate the advice. I love... You help me, I help you kind of shit. Except I'm not really helping you if you already know all this. You can try that. Fuck, I spent 75 prestige, whatever. I can now create a new men-at-arms, but I kind of want to wait for when we unlock Onager, even though that's going to take a really long time. And I'll probably be an empire by the time that happens. So... Hey, thank you. You actually did it. I appreciate it. Thank you, King Fate. I might get more Sahel horsemen here. Although, let's quickly have a look at the enemies I'm going to be fighting over here. What are they focused on? They also have armored footmen and Sahel horsemen. Mulahatin. And then once we make it over here, it's all archers. So I have my bowmen who counter skirmishers, my skirmishers who counter heavy infantry, and my Sahel horsemen who counter archers and heavy infantry. So I guess for a more well-rounded army, I would go for pikemen here. So I think that's what I'll do. And of course, we want to station them for the little bonuses. Very nice. There's so many moving parts to this game now that have happened throughout all the different updates and DLCs that have come out. I will admit that I, to a certain extent, did not keep track all the time. Will do, whatever. For now, whatever. I'm going to really care about that very soon. Do no more than what is necessary. Excellent work. That's nice. What was I saying? Yes. There have been a lot of different... a lot of different DLCs, etc., that have added a lot of different aspects to the game that I haven't necessarily kept up with. All of the court positions is definitely one of them. That's something that I am woefully unaware of, unprepared for, unfortunately. God, a lot of shit is happening. Okay, we captured that one while I wasn't looking. Let's go and capture Garamel. Oh, but this war's almost over anyway. Although it's probably a good idea to still finish the sieging down of these lands. Because it gives you a little bit of gold, which is nice. T-Bestie. Yes, I can romance you. Brilliant. I did it again. Because this army, it is tiny. Alright, I'm not going to bother. Although... Control click to select only this. There we go. My allies will follow me here, so that'll do. And then we'll be able to end this war by sieging down Munyo. We'll wait to siege down Garamel to get that gold. And then we will be able to reform our faith. Once that's done, I'm just gonna disband this army already. Fuck it, why not? Once that's done, we are in an excellent position. We just need to push for the Empire of Kanem-Bornu. How close are we here? We are 2 months away. Yeah, we'll finish this siege. Besiege their capital for more gold and chance of hostages. Yeah, the hostages are very tempting, that is true. Oh, man, you're a dream come true. Giving me all the advice that I need. Sure. Prisoners can be ransomed. That's another nice little 70 gold, since apparently he couldn't afford the full thing. He is an analytic paragon. Again, I don't really understand what the word paragon means in this context. Honorable. Okay. As in, like, paragon of virtue. So he's a very honorable person. Cool. Noble righteousness, then. I'm sure he'll like that. He must have liked my poem. Brilliant. All my men-at-arms are no longer exist. That's kind of funny to me. And we're being raided. I don't like being raided. What happened? My raid ended. I will lose land if she dies because her heir is the guy of Kanem. I mean... Oh! I never even bothered leveling up my fucking tribal authority. I don't know why I haven't done that. So I can't do anything about it. Whatever. I just need to hope that he doesn't die. Hello, pedo! You told me the other day that you're trying to learn how to play this game, so welcome. I'm sure I will not be able to teach you much. So, for Kanem, I need to be holding 2 kingdom titles, or 1 empire title, admittedly, but that's not really important to us right now, and we're going to need 500 gold, which is a lot. But more than that, we need more de jure counters. However, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before all that, we can reform the Bori faith. So, we're getting mendicant preachers for faster county conversion speed. We're getting warmonger so that we have at peace opinion instead of offensive war opinion, so that we can always be at war while trying to take over all of Africa. And we're going to take Islamic syncretism to make it easier to convert the Islamic faiths up in Northern Africa, in Egypt, etc. We are going to be female dominated. I don't think it really matters, but only women and vassals can be appointed as chancellors. Hang on. Claims of men can only be pressed against other men, children, or incapable rulers. Ah, no. We're going to do equal. Because I don't really care. I'm fine with having vassals of both genders. I don't think it matters. We want to be fundamentalist for, again, better county conversion speed. Theocratic and spiritual, just because I can't be fucked. Pilgrimage, attitude encouraged. I'm going monogamous because I don't want to have too many kids all at once. You have big dreams for this game. Ruling the world has always been a dream. Settle for doing it. Good luck doing it in real fucking life, man. You're a bit late. Bastardry doesn't matter to me. Consanguinity doesn't matter to me. Deviancy doesn't matter to me. All of this doesn't matter, but kinslaying accepted is very important so that we can kill our kids when they are useless. The words that this game makes you say. Should I go lay clergy? No. Boom! We have reformed our faith. I now need a new court chaplain. Apparently no one can do it. I can start a legend because I have both of these, but whatever. most importantly, I should have been continuing to convert cultures. That's on me. Which one of these belongs to me? Katagun belongs to me, so let's do Katagun, since nobody will do it for me. And let's have a quick look at our courtiers. Not many have converted with me. I definitely want you to convert. You're just a champion, though, to be fair. You're not that important. If you convert, I'll let you go, but you're Bori, so it doesn't matter, and you're also Bori, so it doesn't matter. It's not a cult! New achievement unlocked. Child killing is a mandatory in my religion. I almost never do this, because I don't really like child killing. But so be it. Another romance for the prestige. One sweet kiss is all I need. Alright. Ooh! Yorubaland has become a kingdom. But they are more powerful than me at the moment, so I can't really hope to subjugate them unless I also call them Kano, in which case I am more powerful than them. They have a lot of bush hunters, which my Sahel horsemen will obviously fuck up nicely. And then I would automatically have my second kingdom title for forming the Empire of Kanem-Bornu. And a much more powerful army for me to then just sort of steamroll all of this. Doshio. It would, I feel, give me a better chance at vassalizing him. But no, because now we're even of a different faith. He's not gonna be happy about that at all. Alright, whatever. We're gonna forget about this old man. And should I try to subjugate Yorubaland? It is all the wrong territory. How much more can Darfur grow? If you continue to be warlike enough and make the Kingdom of Darfur, I would love you for it. Okay, we're not going to do that now. We are instead going to push further east by declaring a couple wars over here. Keeping in mind, of course, so Duchy of Vandala. Yes, we will take the Duchy of Vandala. I am going to make sure that I call in my ally so that he cannot. And we will raise the army here so that we can quickly take them out. Split the army in two. Apparently the game is not confident that we're going to win this battle. I'm not sure why. Because they're defending a river crossing. Oh, wait a second, I suppose. Powell comes of age. Of course, this prick is fucking raiding me. I decided not to attack you, you dick. We can come down here. Bao can marry... I don't really want alliances. Whatever. I don't want hostages. Oh, I can create the Kingdom of Kanem. I have enough gold to create the Kingdom of Kanem. Alright. Let's just fucking do it then. Now I have enough kingdom titles. If you converted for me, You could become my court chaplain. Yep, you accept the marriage proposal. That's great. You did not accept to change your faith. Because you're old Bori, I'm not going to bother pushing for it much. Excuse me. But I do need a court chaplain. Do I have a decision for that? Recruit for... No. Well, let's invite champions. I suppose I can do this. You're of the right faith and you have pretty good learning. Can I make you... That's me! Son of a bitch. Oh my god, you're even better. Please become my court chaplain. Yes! Okay, so almost everybody in my realm is either Bori or Old Bori. That's what this is. This is not. It is Bidaic, so we are going to convert Tahua to Bori. You don't need your allies in the smaller wars, as, if I'm right, it costs you prestige to call them in on offensive war. Absolutely. I would not have called my allies into this war if it weren't for the fact that my ally is allied to the person I'm attacking. If the person I'm attacking called in my ally, then I would be in a really difficult position because my ally is about as powerful as I am, which is why I decided to call them in just to be safe. Ooh. Ooh, a Dynasty Legacy. I have no idea what I want to go for here. I think I'll just go for the control growth. We're not going to be here for a long time. We're here for an achievement time. A quick, short achievement time. So, Jesus. They slaughtered us. That's terrible. Well, negotiate alliance with my son. No, thank you. God damn it, that really set me back on quickly finishing this war. What is this? Inspiration? Someone who's very competent? No. There are things that we could be doing more than what we are currently doing, which we're not going to focus on because he's amazing. Because we just want to get these achievements and move on. I'm not entirely sure why my court grandeur is so low at the moment, but it doesn't matter. An activity. Why not? I might get prestige from it. I'm not interested in your trinket. We have won the war for the rest of Diamare. This is my steward and vassal, and then Wandala is spy master, whereas Kaga is just my marshal. One of these was my son, I thought. You. I'm gonna give you this. Realm will lose land if she inherits. If he inherits Igboland. Why? I know about this. If he gains Igboland, why wouldn't Igboland just become part of me? Well, whatever. If it happens, we'll fight them. My armies are raised. Yes, please disband all. And I'm at an activity, so I can't declare a war. Fuck. Forgot about that. Come, come, enjoy our campfire and tell us of your travels. Slay Beast. Okay, let's go back in here. I'm a mediator, that's amazing. Make my son a duke? Yeah, but I'd have to spend the money on getting the duchy title. I guess it's only 125, I could. Maybe I'll do it, fuck it. It is nice having pretty interior borders. Oh, please tell me I can. Yes, I can. Good. And then we will... Oh, I didn't even need to do it. He automatically got all of those vassals. I have lost my steward. Which actually, not a bad thing, because now some of my powerful vassals are getting the positions that they want. Cool. Train commanders, promote culture, convert faith. That's all we ever really need. He is both of the right culture and the right faith, which is perfect. Okay. We continue to push east for Kanem-Bornu. You have a very weak ally who I'm actually going to attack at the same time as I attack you. We're going to raise all our troops right here. I want to catch them and kill them here as quickly as possible. We have a new trait, we just need one more, and we will have Know Thyself, which will then give us 1 year to clean up our succession before we die. They will pray to the spirits. Another son comes of age. Enemy combatants captured. Again, I don't care. I don't care. Okay. One of those maybe I did care, but whatever. My son can remain unmarried if he wants. I don't care. It's up to him. He can do what he wants. He's a free man. We have something in the court. Feline hunter. I'd love a cat. Yeah, we got a cat. Considered a master, very competent, merely decent. We will call it might. Because might makes right. Station these troops so that we can go and finish our second war at the same time. Why are they fighting each other? I thought they were allied. They are allied. Why did they fight each other there? That was weird. I mean, definitely not a bad thing for me, but... No! Hurry up! No! Oh, thank Christ, we made it just in time. That would have potentially dragged that war out for quite a while longer. Thank fucking Christ. So we're gonna finish this war before I clean up all of this stuff. Blah, 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 whatever. So when he dies, one of my sons is going to gain the Duchy of Igboland and become independent and steal some land off of me. Is he the one you were saying make him a duke? That's probably it. He's probably the one you were telling me to make a duke. So if I make him a duke, then maybe... Fuck it, I'll test it. Let's see. Let's find out. Yes. Very interesting. Thank you for teaching me that. So this boy might still gain Igboland when husband dies, but now he would remain my bitch. You're saying no, which is a shame, but whatever. It worked. What I suspected worked, so it's good enough for me. Wow, she is not doing okay. It sure did work. Miraculously. Well, that didn't win me the war? I thought that would win me the war. You have no one that can be vassalized. Ransomed. Factions targeting me, whatever, I can ignore that. I'm sufficiently powerful that it's not a big deal. I can create the Kingdom of Sao, but I don't need that. All I want is the Empire of Kanem-Bornu. Yay! We have Know Thyself. So, I might go for Pedagogy and then Scientific. Scientific for the cultural fascination progress so that we can get those onagers a little bit quicker. And then Pedagogy so that my children can be better. And then we're going to switch over, I think, maybe to Martial so that we can have better control over the territory that we take over. Because control at the moment is a problem in our kingdom. Excellent, we have won that war. Ooh. Can we ransom you? For money? For 1 gold, I'm not going to bother them. Yeah, I took everything that he owned and now he's upset, but I don't care. You're old Bori and the wrong culture, so I'm not going to give you anything. I will give my Fika Bori son all of this. Now it's your problem, boy. You are quite good at martial, but you're not quite good enough, and he is also a powerful vassal. And you are an amazing learner, but you refused to take that position. Do we have anyone else that we want to convert faith of? Not really. I might just sit on this at the moment. Although, what else does she really do? She helps me gain piety, which obviously I don't need anymore. I currently still have a truce with Kanem. So let's declare a couple more wars to the east. Tibesti. Ah, up here. Who is a little stronger. So that's 1,000. Well, you're in a terrible position. And you are allied to one of my vassals. So we're going to take county, county, county. And we're just going to take all of this in one big quick war, nice and easy. There is a court position that increases control. Up! My husband has died, and I'm very curious to see what has happened to his realm. It was almost entirely swallowed by me! Oh, you love to see it. That's fantastic. Okay. So this boy inherited all of Igboland, and it just became part of me. And then this boy inherited Wandala, and it just became part of me. I think that's where he went. Yeah, that is. That's awesome. And that makes me more powerful. He won't accept minus 31. He won't accept minus 82. So you're my brother-in-law. I'm not going to bother touching you guys. Like, you can stay where you are for now. I will be coming for you, though, when you have a few less troops. We have a dangerous faction. It is a Liberty faction. It wants to lower our tribal authority. Bit annoying. We're very close, but their discontent isn't moving. So I'm going to just let it sit where it is, and... Okay, I'm going to also transfer this kid away. Yeah, good. Realm will lose land if vassals die. So if my son dies, it'll all go to Kano. So I'm gonna actually have to take out Kano as quickly as possible, it seems. I'm gonna do this way. Beat them, revoke title, new vassals? Absolutely. So I'm gonna let that angry faction simmer, and we will see what happens. I'd rather not chase them to the ends of the world. If we station this, it's a tiny army, so... Are they trying to come face us? Kanoan conquest of Daura. You are a ballsy little shit, aren't you? And he's doing it for one county. Okay, I'm gonna let these two wars just sort of fester. That is hilarious. I was thinking I was gonna have to come for him and destroy him at some point, and then he just decided to offer himself to me on a silver platter. Call allies. Well, I cannot, apparently. Base willingness. Won't fight best friend. That's why. So I cannot. I can negotiate an alliance with my son, who is a relatively powerful little prick. He is a duke. I might do that. And we're just going to have to fight this war all on our own. Which I don't think is going to be an issue, honestly. He's going to try to do shit, but he's not going to be successful. You can move to Fano, and you can as well. It's a shame that he's going to be able to siege down Dora, but shouldn't be an issue. Because once we start winning battles, we'll then be able to quickly overrun them. Alright, what kind of troop count does that give me? Oh, fantastic. Well, let's try to get to Katsina before he captures it then. Oh, too late. She's just a cat, mate. So this is my player air. Ambitious, sadistic, or paranoid? Definitely ambitious, thank you. We're gonna win this battle convincingly. Then we're gonna liberate Dora instead of Katsina. It is a higher priority since it is the war target. Thank you, Edgar Hilaria, for following. Very much appreciated. Who is this? No. I'm not giving you peace. That would be detrimental to me. You want freedom, you shall have it in death. Messy. Things are getting very messy here. That is quite a large war. Now I will call him into this one though, since it's free. Then let's hopefully quickly finish this idiot off. So that we can then start to push back against this big rebellion. Okay, we're at 97%. If I hit him for another battle, it won't push me up over to 100% war score. What's happening up here? But apparently it did. Why was that taken off? So give us scientific. A vassal, commander, and champion. Yeah, good. You now matter. This one up here. We won this war. Good. Enforce demands. Finish it all. Then, who is the most powerful person in this? It is going to be you. So if I can capture you, I'll probably insta-win. He is all peasants, but he is not. I'm severely outnumbered here. What faith am I? I am my new Bori faith, the one that I'm going to have to convert all of Africa to. If we can get a white piece instead of fully winning the war, then I think we're in a good position. Because this is a little bit messy and they definitely are more powerful than I am at the moment. So I want to be a little bit cautious, play it smart, play it tactical. I also know that their army is too big and is going to suffer from supply attrition. So I can potentially also use that to my advantage. And I don't have any other allies that I can call into anything at the moment, but do I have an unmarried son somewhere? Wait, a lot of these kids aren't mine. Alliance power. Who are you? Mao. All the way over here. You're way too far away. What about her? Alliance power. Nope, that's all internal. Not in love with this situation, I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be a little bit annoying to handle here. So let's see what they're doing. They're over here trying to carpet siege Bagirni, while I'm over here trying to carpet siege Opanda. Oh no! Achievement! Oh no, one of my sons was killed. Did that? Very interesting. So I lost land because my son died. But it's pulled the war target away from me. So now the leader of this war, the leader of this, like the target of this war, isn't me anymore. Child dead achievement. Yeah, stressful. It's very stressful. Automatic achievement. Well, now I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to lose this war. What happens if I lose this war? He will gain the High Chieftain of Wandala. I think I will just let them win this war. I must press on. And I'm no longer overwhelmed by stress. Brilliant. I'm just going to let him lose this war. I'm going to ignore this war now. And I'm going to go and finish off these two wars over here instead. That was a very interesting turn of events that I was not expecting. But honestly, not unwelcome. I'm just a little concerned that as I try to pull down here to do these attacks, these guys are going to come try to fuck with me. Fingers crossed that they will ignore me as I walk past them. Fingers crossed that they will realize I don't give a shit about them and I don't want them to come attack me. Oh no. Yorubaland is trying to take Nupe. Which one is Nupe? He wants this one, which is not part of my empire. And allegedly his military strength is 7,000 because of his allies. But it looks like all of his allies are internal? Yeah, all of his allies are internal, so he only has 3,000 troops, so only has 1,000 troops more than I do. If I could have gotten my army here super quick, I would have been able to get a lot of nice defensive bonuses. But because they're trying to because they're rebelling against me, I'm not entirely sure that I would get any defensive bonuses. I'm gonna surrender this. He can just have it. I will come back for that later. Okay. Interesting couple of turns and twists and turns here. Because we're doing pretty well, because we have already reformed our faith. We've already diverged our culture, and we're making good progress towards making the empire, to a certain extent, until we lost this section, but whatever. We've also had just a bunch of very interesting twists and turns happen at this point. With this rebellion, with Yorubaland becoming quite powerful and coming to take land off of us. I'm not too worried about anything. Everything is going more or less smoothly. And a lot of these setbacks we are going to be able to just catch back up on. Okay, they're chasing me, which I don't like. Go fight the guy that you're actually fighting. Leave me alone. How far will they chase me? Will they chase me all the way to Darfur? They chased me all the way to Darfur. Fuck! Meanwhile, that means this guy's just winning his goddamn war. Alright, well, I'm just gonna try to juke him. No, I still don't want peace with you. Apparently I have successfully juked them. Now we're being raided. Fantastic. They're gonna come and ruin my goddamn day, I just know it. Whatever. Things have gotten annoying. Never! And another something to deal with. It's all a fucking mess. Okay, things are not going quite as smoothly as I claimed they were. It's fine. I just need to crush this peasant rebellion and draw this big army into these losers instead of me. Which I think is going to happen now, right? Yeah, alright, cool. They've been distracted. They're doing something else now. They're going to leave me alone. Man! Cat did something. Okay. Boy can marry. Yeah, whatever. Get married. I can negotiate an alliance. I don't care about you. And I can put an ally for something, but that doesn't matter. I am not married. $400 legitimacy. I'm just gonna stay unmarried. Thank you very much. Okay. That's at least one war nice and wrapped up. I almost want to disband the army. Invalidated. Why? What just happened? And why am I still at war with the High Chieftain with this guy? Because now he's allied to Belata. God damn, this has all just been such a mess. Alright, come on. They're just gonna rise up again. I already fucking see them. Does that give us a truce? I think it does, and that's the reason why I don't want to accept it. If we accept a truce... Okay, once again, onto the breach, another rebellion. This time, I'm fucking ready for it. This time, I'm gonna catch their armies piecemeal, destroy them before they can all group up and be more powerful than me. I'm gonna call in my ally. Come on, catch him, catch him, catch him. And we have a new learning perk, brilliant. I can now switch over to control. All right, let's continue. You're all peasants? No, you're not all peasants, but you're still a smaller army than me. You will lose. Okay, now things are getting cleaned up and fixed. Now we're going to be able to get back on track and actually work on what we need to be working on. At last. We must spare no expense to rebuild. Patient, forgiving. Patient is good. Station besiegers and go and besiege Tumac. He's trying to siege Katsina. Wow, this has certainly been one of the more complex military wars I've found myself in this game. Everything has felt like a complete fucking mess in every single goddamn direction. My allies follow, we will win this war. If they do not, I will change direction. They are following. Good. I've just found myself pushed and pulled in every possible direction over these past couple of in-game months. But we're finally going to reach an end to it all. And then I'm going to have to reconquer some land, of course. But that's okay. We're going to go and battle over here so that we can avoid losing this war. While over here, how is this looking? We now have the max from battles, so we just need to conquer, occupy, whatever the word is. Let's finish this war. Why not? Hopefully we make it. I think we will. Whoa! Well, that was a bloody nightmare. The beauties of this game. There's no doubt in my mind that at some point, you know what, he did the right thing by running away. If I don't beat him in a battle, he's going to win the war and take a war score. So let's catch him and destroy his war score. Oh, fuck! Damn it, now I have a truce with him. That's so annoying. I should have realized that much quicker. We have won the Independence War. Know your place. That's another achievement. I feel like I fucking deserve this one. And we will quickly win this war and finally be free of all this bullshit that we've been caught in. Yeah, sure. I have prisoners that I can ransom for a lot of money, which is nice. I can pardon my steward, but I'm not really interested in doing that. And I have a powerful vassal who wants to join the council, but I'm not really interested in that either. I'm no longer in debt. I'm not accepting your offer of peace. And I'm not pardoning anybody either. Now, let's win this war. And then take stock of where we are at. Militarily, in terms of how many troops we have, health-wise, and also the people who are around us. Health-wise, we're already 50, and we do not have quite the progress that I was hoping that we would have. So I'm a little worried I'm not going to succeed in forming the empire in this lifetime. And they killed my son, the bastards. So Katsina is an ally, so I can't really destroy them. Kano, however, is a little pussy bitch. So Igboland down here, or Kano up here. I want Kano because it is part of the empire that I'm trying to form. It is also more close to like my own lands. So we're gonna go and we're gonna destroy this prick. Because that's what he is. He's a prick. He took my stuff. You can have both of these. You have an adventure and inspiration. I don't care. I find adventure inspirations to be really sort of not that interesting. Alright, this war should be a nice quick one. We have a martial perk. So I want to push down this, but I am also going to pick up Bellum Justum first so that we can have the half-off wars. My daughter is a Grey Eminence, just like her mother. Even better than her mother. Excellent. I want to grant her a title. I want to make her a landed character, because that way she will start to gain lifestyle experience already. It's very important to me that we want an alliance with you. It's very important to me that my character, who I'm going to be in my next life, already starts working on their lifestyle experience. So continue to train commanders, continue to do that, and I don't have any non-Bori religions at the moment. She might gain bad traits. That's true. That is true, but I give higher priority to... Ooh, we could get a Saeed. Why not? I give higher priority to her getting that lifestyle experience in this particular case. Because that way I can much more easily make her instantly become a... What's the name of it again? The know thyself character. Pariah of Courts. She's really good, but she's wrong everything, so I cannot host you anymore. Realm will lose land if he dies because, again, Kano, and also because of Kano. Maybe I should have subjugated him. To get rid of all the messy inheritance things that we have going on, I should have subjugated him, but whatever. He's quite weak. He's still losing a war against a populist uprising. If he loses this, then he will be deposed, and I won't need to worry about him anymore, I think. Not quite. And apparently we still do not have peace. We have another peasant uprising, but it is quite a weak one, thankfully, so we can just quickly finish that. And force our demands and disband all. Yeah, we're still going to lose land to him if some of our people die. You said she'll get bad trades. She's already wounded. So yeah, you were fucking right. Obviously, I can't declare war on him now because he is... we have a truce. What can I do over here? We have a couple rather fractured people in here. I'm gonna do it one war at a time this time. Because I do not want to get caught up in 7 different wars that are all going terribly all at the same time again. Ah, my own vassals have been growing around here is what's been happening to a certain extent, which is very nice to see. You love to see it. I want to learn, I'll leave it to my generals. And apparently I'm instantly pulled into a different war. Come on. Stop running. Take your lumps. This one, who do I want to grant it to? Who are my vassals around here? I have my son, who's quite powerful. You can have it. I don't pay much attention to all of that, if I'm honest. I sort of just hand out titles left and right when I know that I don't want to keep them. And don't really bother too much with the micromanaging of getting good traits and all that shit. I feel like most of the time it's not worth the effort. And I am nothing if not lazy. And they're gonna succeed. Burn it, we don't need that shit. They're gonna succeed in raiding me, which is annoying. So, whatever, we will just finish our war over here. Quickly. Oh, we're already finished. Pause. Fuck's sake. An alliance with my granddaughter. Is she outside of my realm? No, she is inside my realm. Yeah, sure. I should station my men-at-arms. Yes, I should indeed. We're missing prestige at the moment. Ooh, this is a holy war. Very good. It'll cost me piety, which I no longer need to be saving up. So let's just quickly take these lands back. We're going to be making a little bit more progress again now towards making the Empire of Kanem-Bornu. Because we have been sort of slowed down in a way with all of the independence wars that we had to fight there for a sec. Do you not want to be my vassal? You should. I'm stronger than you. I inherited Munio, but I don't want Munio. Grant to someone who is Fika and Bori. 31 intrigue. You're terrifying. Uh-huh. Maybe this champion. Why not? Very well. Now serve the crown. Throw him in jail. Enforce demands. I don't care that he thinks of me as his rival. Grant 2. Whatever. You can avoid. Get rid of this. And now, actually, let's have a look at my prisoners, because I know that I have a bunch who mine, but I cannot are mine. I need more prestige to be able to level up my what's the word that I'm looking for? My control? No, my tribal laws? Authority, that's what I was looking for. I want to level up my authority so that I can start to revoke the titles of all of my vassals who rebelled against me. No. I do need to be careful accepting these ransom requests now because ships. We should do this more often. Lots of things happening here, that's great. Okay, again, let's slow things down a little bit. I can vassalize Katsina at last! And I can ransom this child here. Now. Show me my vassals who are in jail. You're one. I can revoke your titles? No. Did I wait too long and they're no longer criminals? Nope. I can do it because I will not be seen as a tyrant. Cool. Alright. Revoke Yao. And... oh, you're just a band. So I only had one vassal? Well, two, but... he's a deviant. So I will take tyranny if I try to take away his chieftain. Did you not rebel against me? I don't think he rebelled against me. Everything has been messy. And he won't accept to convert. That's annoying. Whatever, you can go. I don't need you in my prisons. Whatever, you can have this. Not rightful liege. That is because we hold Hausaland. We hold Hausaland and Kanem, so I am your rightful liege. Like, I understand that you want me to be the Duke of Bornu or whatever, but that seems silly. Anyway. Alright. Give me the Duchy of Kanem, and then you can go and do whatever you want up here. Okay, now we just need to stay steady and conquer the world. I can ransom lots of people, that's great. Banish. I'm not really seeing a point in banishing. Especially since they can give me money. Alright. Ah, a confederation has formed. And it is about 3,000 strong. Good, that makes it less strong than me. Hopefully I'll be able to take them out entirely one by one. If I need to do multiple wars against them, that becomes more of a pain. Okay, I think I take this and we'll be done. Nope, not quite. Where did his army go? I'll just wait, I guess. Since now we've taken the war target, it's going to tick up slowly, and once we reach 100%, we can just finish the war. If his army comes back down, then I'll go and slap him, and that'll also make me win the war, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Who knows where he ran off to. Enforce demands, disband all. Now, let's try to take out this guy first. I can take the entire thing, which is very good for me. We are warmongering. Oh, fuck. Cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Raise all here, thank you. Get moving. Go, go, go. We want to catch them before they all group up, if possible. So here, if I can catch them in this pincer movement, they won't be able to run away anymore, and we will catch them in a battle, which we will win comfortably. Okay, going well. Good start to the Confederation War. Excellent. I'm apparently above my domain limit. Let's give these away to someone new. Okay, fine, I'll give it to you, man. I'm just scared of you is all. Can you siege this with so few soldiers? Yes, it looks like you can. Good. And it looks like we're going to catch them in another. Oh, my cat died. Sad. Well, they're going to be pulled into this battle anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, now this army is going to try to catch these guys. Let's see them trickle in now. That would be very nice. That's exactly what they did. And we win that battle nicely, causing a great amount of damage to them. So let's see how much damage we actually did there. 400 losses on their side, 300 on our side. So that is a net win for us of about 100. Less than you hope to see, but still pretty good. Some pointless rival has died, we don't care. I can use Kanem, but I'd actually rather save my money at this point for forming an empire once I reach that point. So they begun to siege me down over here. If I try to do that, I risk losing the battle, so I won't do it. yet. Oh, wait, no. This army here, please. Almost gave up that siege for no reason. My prestige is a bit low. I don't like to see that. So let's see if we can't romance someone for some prestige. No. Yes, you'll do. Okay. Prisoners can be ransomed for a nice hefty amount of gold. So one of their armies headed off over here, which is why I'm not super confident about pulling all my troops over here to stop that siege. I wouldn't want them to sneak in and take out the army besieging Darsila here. Think about it though. 1.4k is not going to be enough. 2.4k would be though. Do that again for me, thank you. You go here. I'm going to keep an eye on this section though, make sure that they don't sneak in and take out my army. Now, go. What's this? Another populist faction. Which Garumel is going to join for some reason. Why are you always joining wars, man? Stop. Okay, we're at this battle, which we are going to win. Whatever. I'm very annoyed that they are raiding me, but I'm not going to intervene. I'm going to finish these and finish this for the 7 loot. Just a couple more days, and we win. Now, because of this raid, it is telling me not to disband my armies, but I'm still going to. Can I then raise them all over here really quickly? I feel like probably not. Yeah, 4 months. So forget about it. This is going to be annoying if it happens, but it's not going to be a big problem. They want independence. Because they're old Bori, they want independence? Huh. Apparently I can make the kingdom of Igbo Benue. Whatever. Oh. Also, interestingly, the loser bitch from down here is gone now. And I don't know why. War, maybe? Maybe. Also, Yorubaland is very weak at the moment. That's tempting. How close am I to Kanem-Bornu? I'm super close to Kanem-Bornu. Okay. Maybe I can quickly finish building up and conquering Kanem-Bornu. Armies are raised? Oh yeah, armies are raised. And then take out Yoruba land. How old am I now? 57, but my health is fine. Who are his allies? If I try to subjugate you, you're likely to lose. But I do need more prestige before I can do that. I have a lot of gold, so let's get some prestige by hosting a nice little feast. Oh, I can't do it for 2 years. Great, thank you. So instead, let's do a hunt. All right. Things are looking up at last. Obviously, we might have a rebellion come soon. We might not. We just need to see what happens. It is so rare to find a friend. I do like having defender's advantage. And this one is fine. Look at these herbs. Here, area gift. After it we ride. This must belong to someone. I will shoot it. That's how you do it. Mount its head. Finish hunt. Romance. We're going to be late. That's fine. One sweet kiss is all I need. Pause. It goes so fucking fast when you're in speed 5. I mean, obviously that's kind of the point, but still, I'm always shocked by how quick it goes. Alright. So what war are you in at the moment? You're defending in Kong's invasion of you. So if I were to subjugate Yoruba land, I would inherit that war and be in a bit of trouble. But Kong is obviously way too powerful and a conqueror. I am not yet a conqueror, so I need to push. I need to push these, is what I need to do. Give me your duchy, you two. No, fuck, I did it again. I always forget that it spawns things all over the fucking place when you do that. Okay, you go Wadai, you go Darashid. How long is this going to take? 15 days. We should be okay, hopefully. Okay, we're good. So finish raising the troops then. This one needs a commander, please. Thanks, Buri. I can go inside again at last. What? Another court artifact? Yes, the hyena skull. Okay. Well, well, well. There's still a confederation, huh? I thought that when there's only two, a confederation breaks. They might have successfully linked up here. They did not, apparently. Apparently one of them just keeps running for no fucking reason, so I am in a very comfortable position to quickly win both of these wars. Oh, I've already won one. You can come back now. We took a valuable prisoner, but apparently we cannot ransom him. Wadai. I kind of want to make Wadai, but I don't because I need that gold. I need to save that gold, so instead I'm just going to do this. Because once we win this war, I'll only need one more county. Okay. You should be promoting culture, thank you. And you still have no one to really convert. But I do see that my version of Bori is growing, which is very good to see. Means that my vassals are putting in work. If we win a quick battle against him, that'll also end this week, so we'll speed it up. Oh. Enforce, disband, Emirate of West Darfur. Raise all here. Go straight for each of their territories. Let's grant this away. Looks like my cat has come to complain that I'm not paying attention to him and giving him food. Even though it's not his dinner time for another hour and 40 minutes. Oh no, maybe he's just being cute. And lying down next to me. What you doing there, boy? And we have made our territory large enough to become the Empire of Kanem-Bornu. I just need 100 gold. I can grant this vassal to him. Oh. When did you become my vassal? I can pardon my steward. I can grant co-monarch, but that costs a lot of prestige. I'm not employing a personal physician. Well, let's recruit for a physician. Then And how can I get a little bit more gold? By raiding. So let's go raiding. They're quite powerful. But obviously I am more powerful. I need about 100 gold. So until I have 100 gold, I will continue to never fucking mind. Where are you, you loser? You're over here again. We'll just go fucking kill this guy. Enforce demands. Perfect. X. Dismiss. We have this. I will take... Okay, my other cat has come into the room and is now destroying my second office chair. I'm not going to complain. Fort level +1 is pretty good in these tribal areas. And I can ransom you for the rest of the money that I need. So dispatch. And we did it! Boom! We are now a mighty emperor. Ah, that's very nice to see. Look at this little blob that we have become. So that sets us up pretty nicely because now all of our inheritance goes directly to only one heir. Our 25-year-old Grey Eminence, who is fighting, and I don't want her to be fighting. Let me just make sure that she is forbidden from fighting. Yeah. No, definitely not. Okay. So, we become our very pretty little light blue blob here on the map. So I'm going to do what I said that I would do, which is that I'm going to push east to try and take off, to try and take over as much of this as possible, because it is going to be more difficult to convert the longer I wait. Speaking of conversions, I need to make sure that I'm always, always, always converting faith. I should also... Oh, man. No. My little cat is obsessed with tissue paper for some reason, and every time there's a piece of tissue in this bin, she knocks it over. Save the little cat. Unbelievable. Okay, so what I actually want to see is a list of all my vassals. Here we are. Subject, tribal. Yes, they're all tribal, of course. Your Borean Fika, your Old Borean Nupe, Old Bori, 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 Old Bori, 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 Old Bori, Bori, Old Bori, 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 Bori. Good. All of my vassals, at the very least, are of the same religion as me. That's what I need them to be. The culture matters less. It's not unimportant, but it isn't as important. Yeah, whatever. I can do a feast to spend money so that I can become more prestigious, but I'm not going to do that right now. Darfur. 2,000 troops. Obviously, they are weaker than me. I could try to push them in a holy war to use piety, or go for a conquer duchy, which would use prestige. So I'm not going to do that. We'll do a holy war against the Kushites. For duchy. I'm not going to go for... Ah, fuck! That reminds me, I haven't been stockpiling prestige. I need to stockpile prestige so that I can add... Reform Fika, add social ritual, buy the sword. Establish tradition. I just need a lot of prestige. Okay, so I need to start making an effort to stockpile prestige so that I can add buy the sword to my culture, which will then allow me to do unlimited holy wars for kingdom, which would be really, 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 really great. So let's already do a feast if we can. No, we cannot. So once I have a lot more gold, then I will do another feast to gain more prestige so that I can do the things that I need to do and get by the sword. In the meantime, that is a lot of armies. I do not feel like I need this many armies. From rags to riches! Another achievement. Fantastic. We're doing an excellent job here. Okay. Why so many armies rose, I do not know. But I will avoid complaining. Oh god, I'm going to be trickling in and he's going to win this battle. We now have access to great holy wars. Before, our holy wars were just pussy good holy wars. Okay. I played that terribly. I played that like an absolute idiot. I've done that before. That's the kind of shit that you as a human should be trying to trick the AI into doing and just trickling your little armies in to a battle that you're already losing, because that way you're guaranteed a victory. But I did it. Therefore lost. All of my fucking men died. That was really stupid of me. So, I'm going to merge up my armies once they stop running away. This army is not going to be able to run away in time either, so be it. They will also take a loss. It's annoying, but that's how it is. And we lose legitimacy for it as well, which is great. So come on, all of you. Glorious news has reached my court. Inakilia has decided that it is time for all Bori to unite under a single banner and march against the enemies of the faith in a great holy war for the glory of the bush spirits. Spend money for piety. My warriors... Yep. A great holy war for the kingdom of Gurma. So she wants to go to war against Ghana. I feel like this isn't good for me. I feel like that's a crusade that would be bad for me. Okay. Merge everybody. And let's go and turn the tides of this ridiculous war. Oh my god, I'm guaranteed. I'm pretty much guaranteed to lose already. Why? Why is this not capped at 50? Because he's defending? Spend 500 piety. Because I'm the only person here. What do I want you to do? I want you to promote authority, I guess. But I'm still going to lose this battle, so I will instead sit here. They will probably have won this war before the 4 months are up. But we will see what happens. If we manage to take one location from them, things will change. Okay, they're coming to attack us. Let's see what happens. Oh, I've gained the trait Faithful Blade. Let's see how this goes. One sweet kiss is all I want. Did I not gain any prestige from that? It looks like I might win this battle. I have won this battle. Excellent. So we are not guaranteed to lose this this war anymore. We have a chance. Court grandeur or prestige. I'll take prestige. I don't have anyone that I really want to appoint as a beneficiary. Because apparently I'm not able to anyway, so... What had happened then? I'll lose a level of devotion. Is there an achievement for becoming a religious icon? I'll probably end up getting it anyway. No, I should pull out of this thing, because it's just going to pull me into a war. It's just going to pull me into a war that I'm going to end up losing anyway, so fuck it, we're just pulling out. I need a new court chaplain. God damn it. Genuinely one of the most important positions for me right now. Let's check. Who can we hire? I only want people who are Bori. You're not bad. Oh, but you're a man. Fuck. He's a man, that's why he can't be a chaplain. Okay, we are going to scrape the barrel then. You're much better to me. Oh wait, that's me. I'm an idiot. Fetch me someone else. You're a man, aren't you? Maybe if I can find a wet nurse. Oh no, I really need... You're of the right religion, but your learning is terrible. Your learning is also terrible. And I can't even make you my court champion. This is a problem. Yes, this Great Holy War is foolish. You're wasting time. And boring lives. And anyway, I'm busy fighting my wars. I need to conquer all of Africa first. I've done nothing down here. This has all just happened on its own, which is very nice. Now I just need to sit around until I can capture more stuff. Ah. Kushites, you're Bori. Are you a woman? You're 10. And you're a man. Hi. Man conversion and recruit. Okay, can you now be my chaplain? Yes, you can. Thank you. Get back to work on converting these Kushites. You were a Kushite yourself, so I'm sure you will do a very good job in converting them. So we've lost too many battles in this war, and so it's putting that war score very much against me. Not in my favor. Well, we can do this one. I'm not going to succeed in catching either of them. My army supplies are running low. Ah! My army is too big for this area. Ooh, promote culture task has been completed. So this here is the Fika culture. It's currently in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of 30 locations. Not too bad a start, honestly. So we're going to continue to push for this culture growth. All the while trying to stockpile as much prestige as possible. I wasn't paying attention to my supplies. It's very much my own fault. But we won the war. Very good. Darfur. So that's granted me another 4 territories. Which I shall hand out only to people who are Bori and Fika. And also unlanded. Oops. All. So she holds the chiefdom of Tahua. My son holds that chiefdom. Aisata, you're not too bad. You can have these two. And I will grant these two to Kodama Musa. Which means I no longer have a physician, but that's fine. Wars that we can declare. We can go to war with the Sahara. We can go to war with Ghana, and we can go to war with Kong. According to the game, we are stronger than all of them. And Ghana obviously is... No, sorry. Kong obviously is caught in a lot of wars at the moment. But I certainly would rather push east. So I can't go to war with Darfur because now I have a truce with them after defeating them. So instead we are going to attack Makuria. I can try to invade Kingdom, but that's going to cost me prestige. In fact, everything against him will cost me prestige. Why is that? Why can I not do a holy war against them? Yes, you'll do very nicely. Like, look at this. He's just so much more powerful now. I do not believe that they're going to win that war for a single second. Ah, he is defending against one of my vassals. So it looks like he's winning. No, he's going to lose. Yep, give me that prestige, 150 prestige. So I am getting that prestige there, that's good. We'll try to romance you. And we're gonna go raiding for cash for a feast. You have more than enough troops. Don't wait 7 months for another like 200 guys. I think I get easily distracted as a person. So I'm going to try to sort of focus now on accumulating prestige, because otherwise I'm going to forget. Cool, I gained another martial lifestyle perk. We can do this. Obviously, I could raid Kong right now, since they are tied up in all kinds of wars over there, and there's a lot of gold here, but I don't think it's really worth it, since all of these people over here are just waiting to be raided as well. Ransoms, that's all great. I'm happy to receive a bit more cash. Oh, that went from 15 gold down to only 3 for some reason. Ah, because it was conquered. Imagine an army of 3,000 dudes showing up to steal your cash. That would be fucking terrifying. Uh-huh. No, I'm going to let you lose this war, thank you. Okay, next we're gonna come up here and raid Caw. I am, honestly, to a certain extent, sitting here thinking, I'm not entirely sure what I should do now. Because I don't want to spend all that prestige on a war against Nope. Oops. I don't want to spend all that prestige on a war against this person over here. I can't go to war against Darfur. Should I go to war against Sahara? I guess I should. After I finish this raiding party. Cool, a little bit more prestige. Only 75 this time, unfortunately. Can I try to romance you? I could try, but it's not going to go well. I think I already romanced you. Same for you. Oh, you'll work. We are exalted among men, which is very nice. Another martial lifestyle perk. I'm going to continue to push down until I get overseer. Who's this? It's Ghana, who are also locked up in a bunch of wars. I'll probably come down here and raid these little guys. And then head home. Another ransom. A chieftain that I can usurp. But before all that, let's have our little feast. The honorary guest is me. There we go. It's all about that prestige right now. That's all we want. Lots and lots of prestige. We need to reach 5,000 prestige. There was something that you can do to reduce the cost. Ritual. I don't remember what it is, though. Hang on. I'll look it up. CK3, buy the sword. Reduce. Nope. Okay. Under ritual, pair it with warmonger and religion and go nuts. So buy the swords. Description. Culture has 5 counts with the zealous trait. Will give me a discount. Optional requirements is interesting. Okay, so this is what I needed those zealous vassals for. I don't think I have many zealous vassals at the moment. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if I had no zealous vassals at the moment. I could probably use the character searcher for this, but... Oh, I have one! Anybody else? No. No one else. I currently hold 4 locations. Okay, so once we conquer something, I'm going to see if I can get myself a couple more zealous vassals. So that I can then maybe reduce the cost of getting by the sword. Once I have by the sword, then I can go absolutely fucking crazy with my conquest wars. But I'm infirm, which is not great. I'm on death's doorstep. But the game hasn't told me that I'm a year away from death yet. I did get Know Thyself. Yes, I did. Liege conversion halted. Why? Don't. The fuck? Don't halt. Never halt. Darama might die. This may be the end of Darama's life. My heir is, again, not bad at all. She does not have any children yet because her betrothed is not yet of age. Which, you know, bit of a shame. Another 150, very good. Lose a lot of stress or gain a bit of prestige. I don't have any stress at the moment, so give me the prestige. Pause, radio delivered. And apparently we cannot disband yet. Okay, now we can. Disband the army. Now. Come on, game. I can go to war now. Oh, wait, no, I can't because I'm at an activity. But it's already finished. Very good. So, it thinks I can go to war with Sahara. It also thinks that I should go to war with Makuria. Obviously, I cannot go to war with you. And, now we can do this war. So I'm thinking of going for, yes, the duchy instead of the entire kingdom, since at the moment I can still only do one, although I am about to die. Let's do it. Let's see how this goes. Okay, and I'm not going to let myself do the dumb shit that I did last time and let all my armies be separate little entities and then they just get annihilated. So obviously, I know that my supply limit is going to be an issue. You should merge. You can come here. And I'm thinking, should I send the army around or should I push it through for a little bit of attrition? 116 casualties. I'm far more powerful than them, so we're just going to do that. So I can hold court, isolate. Oh, we have some sort of disease. Yes, we do have some sort of disease. I also want to find another person that I can romance. You, I can romance. Very good. Write a love poem. And maybe I can head off on a hunt as well for a little bit more prestige again. We shall go to Buso. I cannot because I'm infirm. Shame. I can call in an ally, but I don't need to do that. We're very close to getting our onagers, which is nice. I'm no longer ill. But I am still infirmed. And they are now married. Brilliant. So they're going to start making babies. Which is very much what we need. Succession, we will lose nothing, which is fucking incredible. And I'm thinking about pushing this one. I won't really gain anything. Can establish tributaries, characters can be imprisoned, tribal rulers with non-tribal lieges can settle. There's no real reason for me to do that at this point in time, because I'm already able to revoke titles. And there's nothing more that I will really gain, so let's not bother. Let's also already push this invasion here. I think if all goes well here and we successfully capture the Kingdom of Makuria, then I will end today's stream there. We will have made, honestly, excellent progress in forming both the Empire of Kanem and our religion and our culture. So I think it will be a good point to call it a day. We could start a legend, but that'll cost me a lot of money, and money at the moment is something that I do want to keep because it'll allow me to have feasts, which will get me more prestige. Again, I'm at death's doorstep, mainly because I'm infirm, which is if they could have an army that I was able to destroy, that would be nice. Oh, one of my counselors has died. Who is my excellent marshal? That is a shame. Well, he's replaced nice and quick. A new marshal. Perk. This is actually where I want to go. Yes. A little bit more prestige. No, I don't want you to go there. Thank you. I want you to go here. Nope. Over here. Nope. Abyssinia, I think they already said nope. You I can. Very good. She's on death's door and she's still going around doing all this courtly love bullshit. Oh, convert faith task success fully completed. I put really weird pauses in that sentence. I do apologize. Another successful siege. Yeah, I don't know where they are. They must have been caught up in another war. Someone... Yeah, up here. Which is a war that we're going to inherit, but it won't be an issue. As we continue to grow. Oh, I have a whole bunch of things that I could have been using here. I'm not going to fight in a duel, thank you. We'll promote culture finished, and I will be dead in a year. Okay. It's kind of all happening all at the same time. Certainly not an issue. Oh, fuck. They were on the wrong fucking spot. It was a city, not a barrack. I slay a wolf. Jesus. I'm dying. I'm 66 and I'm gonna be dead in a year and you're making me kill wolves? Bro. Can grant vassals away? I'm not going to do that right now. I'm a little worried about the succession crisis that I'm going to have. Because... Not because there's going to be issues of... like... brothers and sisters stealing territory from each other, but because I expect my vassals may choose to be pricks about stuff. I hear Aziza's laughter before I can see her. Who is going to govern us when Darama leaves us? Will it be Ali Colon? Why would he? Who is this? This is my son. Oh, but he thinks he's going to be the fucking leader. He's not. He's not a girl. Women only, bud. And one final romance. Scheme failed. Oh, that's why I never got that XP last time then. Oh, we won the war. Enforced demands. disband all. We've gained a lot of land here. Very, very nice. Okay. Kingdom of Nubia. Hang on. Who are you? Man, this whole region is a bit of a mess too. Okay, I need to grant this stuff away. Do we have a few people who are zealous? We only have 2, so they won't be enough. I will grant them both some land. They're more likely to do the correct conversions as well. But unfortunately, I will not be able to start the by the sword tradition game, whatever you want to call it. So let's get rid of this. I do still only want people who are Fika. And you're all being split up into relatively random shapes here. And now I wait. We have won this war, and Dorama is about to die. So we are going to sit here and wait until she passes. And once she passes, we will end today's stream. Become a witch before I die? Why not? Honestly, why not? And there it is. Dharma has passed. We have done incredible things with her. She was a charming woman, famous for her elaborate feasts and grandiose balls. She made her own Fika culture. She reformed her faith. And now she passes on the empire of Kanem-Bornu to her daughter. 32 with no children. Our daughter. We will reset these perks and we will send her down to healthy if possible. No, we will get know thyself and then we'll do wash your hands. And then we're going to put her into diplomacy so that she can get that extra prestige. How many troops do we have? We have 5,367 troops under our wing. Show me factions. Currently, we do have a dissolution faction, which of course spawned immediately. We have populist revolts, but that's not much of an issue. We do have a powerful vassal, who is the King of Igbo-Benue, who is one of our most powerful vassals, who cannot rise up against us because we are allied. So that's very nicely done by my daughter right there. Proud of her. And then a couple other kids who are less important. The only real issue then is going to be Kanem and Guwadi. Guwadi is very weak, so it's really only Kanem who could be a bit of a pain in my side. And that is something that we will take care of next time. Currently, she's trying to learn a language. There's 30 days until completion. It's very much whatever. We currently have a son, which means that we do have an heir. And he is Sayid, which is very nice as well. We're going to hope that he goes towards, learning, since we're going to be pushing for conversions. Otherwise, we'll do diplomacy if his childhood trait is very much against learning, but otherwise it should be fine. It looks like our inheritance is going to have gone very nicely. All right. With all of that said, I would like to thank everybody who came out today. I really appreciate it. We had very good viewership, more than I usually have, which makes, honestly, it kind of makes doing a stream like this easier. When you're sort of just speaking into the wind, it gets very tiring very quickly. So it is very nice to have had at least the knowledge that there is somebody hearing these words that I'm spouting. We will be back. Today's Tuesday. We will be back on Sunday, probably, because this is a very busy week for me, as it is my birthday on Friday. So I've got a lot of different things going on throughout the week. So next stream will be on Sunday afternoon, Central European time. Central? Whatever. CEST. Yeah, Central European Standard Time. That's what it stands for. And we will continue with Mother of Us All. Next time, we're going to push our invasion east even further. We're going to try to take over all of Abyssinia, and then we're going to go up and we're going to battle the Egyptians, which is going to be a very interesting task to take on. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and goodbye.